FCSS SDW_AR 7.4 exam is the new upgrade test of NSE 7_SDW 7.2, which will be retired on June 30, 2025. FCSS SDW_AR 7.4 exam practice questions with explanations are available in the video for you to study. What are two advantages of using an IPsec recommended template to configure an IPsec tunnel in an hub-and-spoke topology? Choose 2. A. It ensures consistent settings between Phase 1 and Phase 2. B. It guides the administrator to use Fortinet recommended settings. C. It automatically installs IPsec tunnels to every spoke when they are added to the FortiManager add-on. D. The VPN Monitor tool provides additional statistics for tunnels defined with an IPsec recommended template. What are two advantages of using an IPsec recommended template to configure an IPsec tunnel in an hub-and-spoke topology? Choose 2. A. It ensures consistent settings between Phase 1 and Phase 2. B. It guides the administrator to use Fortinet recommended settings. C. It automatically installs IPsec tunnels to every spoke when they are added to the FortiManager add-on. D. The VPN Monitor tool provides additional statistics for tunnels defined with an IPsec recommended template. Which type statements about the SD-WAN members are true? Choose 2. A. You can manually define the SD-WAN member's sequence number. B. Interfaces of type virtual wire pair can be used as SD-WAN members. C. Interfaces of type VLAN can be used as SD-WAN members. D. An SD-WAN member can belong to two or more SD-WAN zones. The answer is AC. SD-WAN members can be manually ordered by changing their sequence number, A, which allows administrators to prioritize the interfaces according to the routing requirements. Also, VLAN interfaces can be used as SD-WAN members, C, providing flexibility in network design and the use of existing VLAN infrastructure within the SD-WAN setup. Which statement is correct about SD-WAN and ADVPN? A. Routes for ADVPN shortcuts must be manually configured. B. SD-WAN can steer traffic to ADVPN shortcuts, established over IPsec overlays, configured as SD-WAN members. C. SD-WAN does not monitor the health and performance of ADVPN shortcuts. D. You must use IKEv2 on IPsec tunnels. The answer is B. SD-WAN supports ADVPN shortcuts. For this, SD-WAN automatically steers the traffic through shortcuts and monitors their health and performance. You add the parent tunnel as member, and after the shortcut is negotiated, SD-WAN automatically starts steering traffic through the shortcut. What are two common use cases for remote internet access, RIA? Choose 2. A. Provide direct internet access on spokes. B. Provide internet access through the hub. C. Centralize security inspection on the hub. D. Provide thorough inspection on spokes. The answer is BC. B. Provide internet access through the hub. This involves routing branch or remote office internet traffic through a central hub, ensuring consistent security policies and possibly better management of network resources. C. Centralized security inspection on the hub. With this approach, all internet-bound traffic from various spokes is inspected at the hub, leveraging centralized security mechanisms for thorough inspection and policy enforcement. Which two statements about SD-WAN central management are true? Choose 2. A. The objects are saved in the Atom Common Object Database. B. It does not support meta fields. C. It uses templates to configure SD-WAN on managed devices. D. It supports normalized interfaces for SD-WAN member configuration. The answer is AC. Normalized interfaces are not supported for SD-WAN templates. You can create multiple SD-WAN zones and add interface members to the SD-WAN zones. You must bind the interface members by name to physical interfaces or VPN. Which two performance SLA protocols enable you to verify that the server response contains a specific value? Choose 2. A. HTTP. B. ICMP. C. TWAMP. D. DNS. The answer is AD. Performance SLA, Service Level Agreement, protocols are used in SD-WAN to monitor the quality and performance of various network services. The two protocols that specifically allow for verifying a specific value in the server response are HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is the foundation of data communication on the World Wide Web. It allows for fetching resources, such as HTML documents. You can configure an HTTP performance SLA to send specific requests, e.g., GET or POST, and then check if the response body contains a particular string or value. This is useful for validating web server functionality and content delivery. DNS, Domain Name System. DNS is responsible for translating domain names into IP addresses. A DNS performance SLA can be set up to query a specific domain and verify that the returned IP address or other DNS record values match what is expected. This helps ensure proper name resolution and accessibility of resources. What is the root tag setting in an SD-WAN rule used for? A. To indicate the routes for health check probes. B. To indicate the destination of a rule based on learned BGP prefixes. C. To indicate the routes that can be used for routing SD-WAN traffic. D. To indicate the members that can be used to route SD-WAN traffic. The answer is B. Configure SD-WAN * rules to steer traffic to members only if routes have a specific root tag. Agree with Cyril. Although A says the largely same thing as D, root tags specifically get used by the SD-WAN rule to determine next hop, i.e., destination. SGP 142 shows how an administrator can use root tags in SD-WAN rules. Which statement about SD-WAN zones is true? A. An SD-WAN zone can contain only one type of interface. B. An SD-WAN zone can contain between 0 and 512 members. C. You cannot use an SD-WAN zone in static route definitions. D. You can configure up to 32 SD-WAN zones per VDOM. The answer is B. Option A is incorrect because SD-WAN zones can include multiple interface types, e.g., physical, VLAN, tunnels, as explained in the study guide's discussion of member configuration. Option B is correct because an SD-WAN zone can logically have 0 members, an empty zone, and up to a large number of members, with 512 being a reasonable upper bound supported by Fortinet's scalability, even if not explicitly stated in the study guide. Option C is incorrect because the study guide clearly states that SD-WAN zones can be used in static route definitions, enhancing routing flexibility. Option D, while possibly true based on Fortinet's typical limits, lacks a definitive reference in the Fortinet SD-WAN study guide for FCSS 7.2 to confirm 32 as the exact number, making it less certain than option B. Which statement about using BGP for ADVPN is true? A. You must use BGP to route traffic for both overlay and underlay links. B. You must configure as path prepending. C. You must configure BGP communities. DIBGP is preferred over eBGP, because IBGP preserves next hop information. The answer is D. ADVPN is a technology that allows dynamic creation of IPsec tunnels between branch sites without requiring pre-configured policies or keys. BGP is a routing protocol that can be used to exchange routes between ADVPN peers. IBGP is a type of BGP that runs between routers in the same autonomous system, while eBGP is a type of BGP that runs between routers in different ASes. IBGP is preferred over eBGP for ADVPN, because IBGP preserves the next hop information of the routes, which is needed to establish the IPsec tunnels. eBGP changes the next hop information to the eBGP peer address, which may not be reachable by the ADVPN peers. Therefore, using IBGP for ADVPN avoids the need to configure additional static routes or redistribute routes between BGP and another routing protocol. Reference equals ADVPN with BGP as the routing protocol, ADVPN, SD-WAN self-healing with BGP. Technical tip: ADVPN with BGP as the routing protocol. The statement that IBGP is preferred over eBGP for ADVPN because IBGP preserves next hop information, D, is true. In a typical ADVPN deployment, it's beneficial to maintain next hop information across the network to ensure proper routing and optimal path selection. What are 2 advantages of using an IPsec recommended template to configure an IPsec tunnel in a hub-and-spoke topology? Choose 2. A VPN monitor tool provides additional statistics for tunnels defined with an IPsec recommended template. B. FortiManager automatically installs IPsec tunnels to every spoke when they are added to the FortiManager add-on. C. IPsec recommended template guides the administrator to use Fortinet recommended settings. D. IPsec recommended template ensures consistent settings between Phase 1 and Phase 2. The answer is B. C. According to the SD-WAN 7.2 study guide, IPsec recommended templates are designed to simplify the configuration of IPsec tunnels in a hub-and-spoke topology. They have the following advantages. FortiManager automatically installs IPsec tunnels to every spoke when they are added to the FortiManager atom. This reduces the manual effort and ensures that all spokes have the same configuration. IPsec recommended template guides the administrator to use Fortinet recommended settings, such as encryption algorithms, key lifetimes, and dead peer detection. This ensures optimal performance and security of the IPsec tunnels.